welcome to my YouTube channel Karma Betrayal Story. Please like, share and subscribe for true emotional revenge videos.
I thought I was going to unlock an empty house and prepare it for new tenants. Instead, I opened the front door and heard loud music, laughter, and glasses clinking. My furniture was covered with food and drinks, for strangers looked at me like I was the one who did not belong there. Then my daughter-in-law mother smiled and said, "Relax. Our daughter gave us permission. This house will belong to her anyway." They had no idea whose name was really on every document. What happened just hours later changed every relationship in our family forever. After my wife passed away, I decided to keep our second home as a memory of the life we built together. It was a small but beautiful property that I maintained with great care. A year later, I planned to rent it out because keeping it empty no longer made financial sense. I never imagined the biggest problem would come from my own family. I packed the keys and drove to the property early that Saturday morning, expecting to clean the house before meeting a potential tenant. As soon as I parked, I noticed 3 unfamiliar cars in the driveway. Music echoed through the neighborhood and I could hear people laughing inside. At first, I thought someone had broken in. I rushed to the front door and unlocked it with my own key. The moment I stepped inside, everyone stopped talking. 5 people stared at me while holding drinks in their hands. My expensive dining table was covered with food. My living room looked like it had hosted parties for days. I demanded to know who they were. One man casually introduced himself as my daughter-in-law father. He pointed toward his wife and several relatives relaxing on my sofa. Then he laughed and asked why I looked so angry. I asked the only question that mattered: "Who gave you permission to enter my house?" Without hesitation, his wife answered, "Our daughter did. She said this place is basically hers already. We are family, so stop acting like a landlord." I felt my heart sink. My son had never asked me about using the property. My daughter-in-law had never even mentioned it. I calmly explained that the house belonged to me alone. Every payment, every tax bill, and every repair had come from my own savings. No one had permission to stay there. Instead of apologizing, they laughed. My daughter-in-law father looked around the room and proudly said, "Why does it matter? One day this house will belong to our daughter anyway. You are getting older. Think of it as helping your future family." His words were not just disrespectful. They revealed exactly how they viewed me. Not as family, not as the owner, just as someone standing in the way of an inheritance. I walked outside without arguing further. Instead of shouting, I made 2 phone calls. The first was to my lawyer. The second was to my son. I told my son to meet me at the property immediately. When he arrived, he looked shocked to see his wife, parents, and relatives inside my house. He admitted he knew they wanted to visit, but claimed he believed they were only stopping by for lunch. He had no idea they had moved luggage into the bedrooms. My lawyer arrived an hour later carrying copies of every ownership document. He politely explained that entering and occupying private property without permission could have serious legal consequences. The smiles disappeared. Suddenly, everyone wanted to negotiate. They claimed it was all a misunderstanding, but the damage had already been done. I asked one simple question: "If you truly believe this house already belonged to your daughter, why did nobody ask me for permission?" No one answered. Instead, they quietly packed their bags while avoiding eye contact. Before leaving, my daughter-in-law father muttered that family should share everything. I replied that respect comes before sharing. That afternoon, I changed every lock, installed security cameras, and updated my will. My son apologized repeatedly for failing to protect my trust. He admitted he should have stopped the situation before it ever happened. I told him forgiveness was possible, but trust had to be earned again. Some people think they deserve what someone else spent a lifetime building. But ownership is not decided by assumptions. It is earned through sacrifice, responsibility, and respect. That lesson cost them a relationship they may never fully repair. The greatest betrayal is not when strangers try to take what is yours. It is when family believes they are entitled to it without respect or permission. That day, I did not just protect my house, I protected my dignity. Sometimes the strongest answer is not anger. It is standing firm and reminding everyone that respect always comes before inheritance.